was the final, 44-37. All right, welcome to Championship Saturday Night, live from Garber, Oklahoma. It is the Next Era Energy Resources Garber Invitational Championship game with your hometown Garber Wolverines taking on the Cashion Wildcats. This is Neiman Ababi joining me up here in the fantastic press box here in Garber, Oklahoma. Is Chris Gibson, Maddox Gibson on the camera. And we are absolutely blessed and pleased to be bringing you guys this Saturday night championship game against the 4-0 Wildcats, against the 4-1, 3-1 Garber Wolverines. Chris, we just had a great game as the Lady Wildcats beat the Lady Wolverines 44-37. We expect a good one here tonight, don't we?
Yeah, no doubt. Just looking at their record and who they've played, the one common opponent there is Minko, and we went to overtime
we did.
with Minko, which we've played 2 overtime games in a row now.
We have.
Or 3, not 2, but feels like it. Every game we've played this year, it's been close. And let's see tonight if that's going to change, or if that. And I hope it's a good, close game, solid game. It's going to look a little different for the Cashion Wildcats tonight, not having Camden Miller out there on the floor. He twisted his ankle really bad last night in that triple overtime game, and so I think Cole Tishner is going to step in to that starting role, see if he can fill the big shoes that Cam Miller has to fill. He's a big part of this team, and let's see how the Cashion Wildcats respond to that blow.
Let's see. It's going to be a big one. Garber Wolverines getting here with victories over the Cashion JV and recently over Perry in the semifinals, 59-35. Wildcats beating Aileen Cleo in the first round, and you said it, that triple overtime game against Ripley, 58-53. I don't know if the Wildcats will have any legs. And as you mentioned, Cam Miller, starting point guard, 2-year starter for the Wildcats, will be on crutches or on a boot today. But again, it's the 3-1 Wolverines. Their lone loss to Drummond in the beginning of the season, but have absolutely outpaced and crushed everyone. Wildcats 4-0 on the season. Again, with a recent victory over Ripley, triple overtime. Nathan Nabavi with 23. Drake Woody with 21. I was just saying Alex Nabavi and Jacob Woody. This is Nathan Nabavi and Drake Woody. Drake Woody with 21 with that huge three-pointer. Yeah, that big three to send it to overtime. He had 6, and Camden Miller with 10. Again, it's going to be a good one. The Wildcats will be the visiting team and wearing their gray tops and a little bit of gold and maroon there, a little trim there. New look here for the Wildcats. And certainly from a standpoint of uniform rules this year, that has to be within 75% of gray-black. Just going to let you know.
Okay, thanks for filling me in. Hey, did you ever figure out the other day, does the fouls carry over to the
They do, yes, they do.
Overtime?
They're supposed to, yeah.
They do.
In fact, I received an email from Arbitrator Sports stating that correction. All right, starting lineup for the Wildcats. Anthony Wilburn, the junior forward, number 2. Number 13, Nathan Ababi, senior guard. Number 20, Carson Gump. Number 22, junior Drake Woody. And number 25, junior guard Cole Tishner with his first varsity start. Son of assistant coach Chad Tishner and brother of Trey Tishner. So I know you guys know that. And a big fan of Community State Bank there in Cashion, Oklahoma.
One of our big sponsors.
One of our big, fantastic sponsors. And for the Garber Wolverines, decked out white tops, white bottoms, little racing checkerboard on the side, looking sharp there. There's Starting guard number 2, Colton Steinert. Domingo Ramirez, number 3. Number 13, junior point guard Mark Bishop. Number 15, junior Brett Howery. And number 33, Cooper Hughes. So Chris, for all the folks, since this is a Cashion Wildcat takeover here today, all the folks at home watching on Cashion Wildcats TV, what's the short story on the guys in white, the home team Garber Wolverines? Did I put you on the spot?
Glad you asked, yeah, because I did reach out to Coach Tishner earlier just to get a little bit of a scouting report, and he says they live off the three-point shot a lot like Cashion. You know, the Cashion Wildcats do too. They played multiple defenses. They've got some really good players. Best all-around player and scorer is going to be number 2, Colton Steinert. But they've got guys that can play inside and outside. And like I said, this is going to be a lot of three-point shots go up tonight for both Cashion and Garber.
Carson Gump with the win over number 15, Brett Howery. The Wildcats will get the ball started off here. They'll come out up, little man defense as Nabavi's going to get Mark Bishop matched up on him. Right side, skip pass to Carson Gump. Little 2-3 look here as they match it up. Jump down to Carson Gump from Nabavi and count the bucket. Assist Nabavi and Gump. What a great start for the Wildcats.
I love that right there. I mean, that's just a lot of practice and timing that pays off right there with the kind of the no-look pass, bounce pass to Gump, catches it, finishes at the rim.
Wildcats in a man, trying to get that switch. Deep shot by Steinert. It's good. Great shot there on the step back over Nabavi as the Wolverines get their first points. Up 3-2 now here, 7:15. We do not have a running clock. I apologize. I'll just do my best to give it to you the best I can. Drake Woody up top. Little mix up here, or a switch off to Tishner. Inside to Nabavi. High post skip to Woody. 3-ball angles up. That's a little long rebound. Wilburn. Nice job on the offensive glass by Tony. He'll get it back from Nabavi. Wildcats staying patient, working it back. Again, 2-3 look here for the Wolverines in white, led by Coach Fletcher Reed. Around the horn it goes. You see if they try to work it back into Carson Gump. Nabavi will be roaming the middle here in the middle of the lane. Nabavi will get it at the free throw line. He's got 2 up here. He'll go ahead and hand it off. Wildcats not forcing anything here, trying to figure out the rhythm without Cam Miller, who's benched. Inside pass to Carson Gump, and the double team is stolen by Ramirez. Ramirez will work left side to Steinert. Steinert 3. It's off the iron. Great block out, but the rebound falls on the Mark Bishop. But Carson Gump, phenomenal athlete.
Yeah, no doubt. And you saw it on the catch and finish earlier on the offensive side. This time on the defensive side to be able to go over there, knock that ball away after he was able to get the rebound and put it back in the hands of the Cashion Wildcats.
Wildcats kind of trying to split that 2-3 with Nabavi at the free throw line. Skip pass away. Tony into Nabavi. Nabavi drops down, turnover, but back in the hands of Woody. Woody skip pass to Tony. Tony's up for 3. It's no good. Carson Gump fighting for the rebound. Going up, Mark Bishop strong. Left side, starting it quickly out to Cooper Hughes. That one is stolen by Anthony, and so we'll have a foul. So both teams kind of filling each other out. Some good conversions, some turnovers, and we'll have our first foul of the night. That'll go against Cooper Hughes, the big post. I gotta bet he probably plays on the Garber football team here.
Yeah, big kid, but he's been in control of his body here,
yep.
and he's going to be one of those kids that's going to be able to fight for rebounds for Garber tonight against a big, strong player in Gump.
Bobby working against Bishop. We're going to see that right hand. Skip pass inside to Gump. Finds him on the block. Off the glass. It's good. Credit Nabavi with another assist. Finds his man, Carson Gump. Wildcats retake the lead, 4-3. Jumpers up by Bishop. Hits an air ball out of bounds. So with 5:07, Wildcat defense coming through. It'll be Cashion basketball.
Yeah, I love Nathan there roaming the middle against that 2-3 defense. And really the key to Nathan there doing that is just, stay within himself. Don't try to force anything and just wait for it to come to you, because right now the way they're playing off of him, turn and shoot right there, make it. Which last night he went 13 or 11 for 13 from the free throw line. That's what I like to see from Nathan Nabavi is just the consistency, and right there get the ball at that free throw line, turn and make the shot if it's open.
So Nabavi is able to get the high catch. Good pass in there from Drake Woody. Oh, I almost had a walk there, but Steinert's able to capture his feet. Nabavi matched up with him. High screen from Ramirez Dump down, Wildcats up 3-6-3, 4:35 on the clock. Credit to Cole Tishner on a tip out. Ramirez to the glass. Cooper Hughes the offensive board. Ramirez again underneath, and will we have a jump ball? We don't, and we're going to have a foul. So unfortunately, what should have been a jump ball earlier, Nabavi's got to keep his hands away. Give credit to Ramirez, fantastic athlete. And the scouting of Ramirez is this kid does it all, inside out, fantastic athlete.
Yeah, that time just was, missed the shot, was able to get back in there to get the rebound and fight for it. It did kind of look like we had enough of the ball to get the tie up. Didn't call it. At that point, don't reach, don't hit,
right,
because what's going to happen is they're going to call a foul, and it's going to be a cheap one that you shouldn't have. There missed the free throw. Cashion Wildcats with the rebound, and now let's set up and run our offense.
Full court press here. Nabavi with on the wings, skip past middle. Nice work for Nabavi to Tony Wilburn. Nabavi will split, and we'll get a walk. That's another turnover for Nathan. I like the idea to attack that before the trap happens. Tough call. So turnover will go back to Garber. Garber Wolverines down 3-6-3. Again, both teams still trying to fill each other out in this sense in terms of just flow. Ramirez already inserting himself into the game. Fadeaways, no good. Underneath, Mark Bishop. Layup is no good. Carson Gump with the rebound, and he'll fall on the line. Wildcats a little unlucky here underneath the basket the last few times down.
I was going to say, really been playing pretty well. Just there's a few bounces and a few little calls that could have gone either way, and it just have fallen in the favor of Garber here to keep them in this ball game. And a big three by Steiner is off the mark and will be bounce out of bounds to put the ball back in the hands of Cashion Wildcats.
Yeah, so Steiner got to find him. He's going to let it go. He's got the green light. Lets that one fly after he makes his first. He's missed his last two. Wildcats with the ball, 3:50. Again, Neiman and Bobby, Chris Gibson. Appreciate you guys joining us here. Championship Saturday live from Garber, Oklahoma. The Next Era Energy Garber Invitational. Wildcats with the ball. 2-3 extended, drop down to Nabavi. He gets hounded by Bishop. No call. He'll sit the screen. Wildcats will reset. Tishner to Wilburn around the horn. Nobody wants to pull the trigger. They'll get it to Nabavi. Loose ball. He'll go underneath, off the glass. It's good. So fighting through a little trash. He'll get his fourth point. Timeout. Coach Reed as the Wildcats extend to their largest lead of the night, 8-3. They'll be at 30 seconds. So what are you seeing thus far, Chris?
What I've seen so far is just a lot of energy from both teams in this championship game. And really the Cashion Wildcats, you said it a while ago, is we're running our offense, throwing the ball around, just kind of feeling out of what this is going to feel like without Cam Miller out there leading the way. And Nathan has done a great job of playing in that high post area and taking what they're giving him. And continue to do that. Stay in control of your body on the offensive side of the ball. Be patient and take what they give you. It's going to be a key to success for the Cashion Wildcats on the defensive side of the ball. They've done a good job of really staying in position, playing good, solid defense. And the Garber kids that I haven't seen them play at all, but so far they've been impressive to me. Just their energy and their the effectiveness they have on the board so far with the rebounds that they've had.
Totally agree. That's Mark Bishop on the handoff. He'll go ahead and work back up top. Anthony Wilburn on him. Steiner, three-point threat. Nathan Nabavi on him. Bishop will drive right side. Good job there on the closeout. Try to dump down to Cooper Hughes. Great job by Carson Gump as well as Tony Wilburn. He'll get another theft. Wildcats will start back up, 2:55. Drake Woody atop of the logo. He'll work across the timeline, skip past the Gump, and Wildcats will reset, extending out that zone defense. Cooper Hughes, actually it's manned up. Nabavi will get the screen from Gump. He'll go to the rack, straight up off the front iron. And is that off of Garber? It is off of Wolverine. Nabavi had a great drive on a nice screen from Carson Gump, just couldn't finish as there was traffic at the rim.
And I almost think he could have dropped it off to Gump there. Gump did a good job of rolling to the basket after that screen. But I'm not mad at Nathan for going up there because if they ain't going to stop him, go on up there and finish the ball.
Wilburn on the pass from Tishner, dumped down. It's stolen by Bishop, and we'll have the foul. Unfortunate. And this is where Tishner just needs to recognize you can go in the backcourt on that pass. So with that, we'll have our first substitution as Coach Hardaway will go to the bench. Carson Gump with his first foul will have a seat, and will come in senior Ashton Moore. Ashton provides a lot of length and three-point ability, and Anthony Wilburn will have a seat, bringing in older brother, senior Logan Wilburn. So love seeing both of those seniors on the floor. 2:30 on the clock. Mark Bishop up top. Nabavi matched up on him. Looking for the back cut. And nice job by Wilburn. He lost his footing, but so did Steiner.
Yeah.
That one will go out of bounds.
Must be a little slippery spot over there on the floor because both of those kids did a good job of what they were trying to do there. Both of them went down at the same time.
Nabavi with the ball, 2:16 on the clock. He's got Bishop matched up with him. Hand off to Logan Wilburn. Wilburn will drive Nabavi with a kick on the baseline. A lot of traffic over there. Let's see if Nathan will work back left hand on Ramirez. He does. Skip pass, dangerous to Drake Woody. That's his guy. Nabavi will catch, almost walks, goes to the cup, and he'll get the foul call. Looks like that will go against Mark Bishop. Wildcats fortunate there as a dangerous skip pass from Nabavi to his man Drake Woody, which they've connected on multiple times this year.
Yeah, and Nathan, he's kind of made a living off of just addition to Drake Woody. and the other night it was Wilburn. I mean, I think Tony hit, 6 or 7 threes in that ball
That's
game?
Right, he did.
And I think, 5 of those were assists from Nathan. So Nathan does a good job of finding the hot hand, and that's what he's going to have to do here tonight. I think without Camden Miller out there, you're going to see the ball in Nathan's hands a lot, and he draws a lot of attention. So he's going to have to find that person that can really drain those shots, and he does a good job of that. And so and he can put it on the floor and go to the rack right there and get fouled, and then finish at the free throw line.
Bobby converts the free throws 2-2. Checking in as number 0, Kenan Sharp, the sophomore guard. Inside pass to Mark Bishop. He hands it off to Ramirez. Ramirez off the glass. It's good. Good ball movement there by the Wolverines. That's Ramirez's first bucket, and first one since the first opening possession for the Wolverines.
Yeah, you get Ramirez down that low with the ball in his hands. He's a strong enough kid. He's going to go up and finish.
Bobby will work left side. We got 1:34. Drake Woody on the handoff there as they've extended out their defense. Woody to the cup, drop down to Logan Wilburn. He passes it up. Tishner to Nabavi. Wilburn had an opportunity. Nabavi line it up, sizes up Woody, deep three. Bang! Drake Woody, yes sir, no doubt. Drake Woody, who had 6 the other night, takes his first 3, drains it. Wildcats up 13-5. Steiner with a right-hand drive. Nice move there.
Yeah, and Coach Tishner said he's the kid to watch right there, and you saw it. Put it on the floor, cupped it like a football, and was able to get to the rack and had enough touch to finish at the rim.
Nice response by Steiner. Nabavi will drive, kick out to, and we'll have a charge underneath as Kenan Sharp draws the charge. I think Kenan was just standing there, but he's able to draw the charge. That'll be the second foul on Nabavi. He'll have a seat, and we'll have mass substitution. And that's where Nabavi's got to remember again, he doesn't need to do too much, just do what he needs to. I like him looking for that corner angle. Let's see what happens here as sophomore Braden Stimke's checked in with Logan Wilburn. Carson Gump, sophomore Kyle Yao will get his first minutes of tonight, along with Drake Woody. Steiner with the ball. He's working back around. 13-7, 41 seconds. Sharp, who just drew that last charge with the ball, dumped down into Ramirez. High pass. Gump matched up on him. Gump's got to be careful, go straight up. Ramirez tries to get up in the air. Jumper's up off the glass and good. Nice play there by Ramirez. Good control. Nice little 4-0 run here for the Garber Wolves. 13-9. Wildcats back up 4. Drake Woody works right side to the basket. Floater is no good. Carson Gump hurdles 2 guys.
He was playing some hopscotch there with the Garber kid's legs, and he was able to keep the ball in control and able to lay it up off the ground, off the rim.
Steiner, that's the deal, and Anthony Wilburn knew it. Deep 3 by Woody off the glass, and so Steiner with 2 threes to start the first quarter and to end the first quarter, keep the Wolverines within 1 possession. Wildcats up 15-12. Appreciate you guys joining us here on Cashion Wildcats TV. We're going to go timeout, be right back right after this.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
All right, welcome back. Neiman Nabavi, Chris Gibson, bringing you tonight's championship action. Game 2. As the Wildcats taking on the hometown Wolverines. It's the Wildcats up by a possession, 15-12, up 3. And give credit to the guys in white, the hometown folks, led by Coach Fletcher Reed behind Domingo Ramirez and Colton Steinert. Those 2 guys have single-handedly kept this Garber team in the game. If you're the Wildcats in gray, what's the story here for the second quarter?
Well, just continue to play within yourself. Stay in control, set up that offense, find a good open shot. We've seen this Cashion Wildcat. They're not afraid to take the three when it's open. But I want to see threes that are wide open with a good opportunity to have people in position to get rebounds.
Steinert with the drive off the screen, kicks to Bishop. Ramirez, the dangerous left-hand drive up on Gump. Will turn around, trying to get Gump. Nice work there by Gump. No walk call there by Sharp on top of the key. No shuffle. 3 balls up by Ramirez. It's good. So back-to-back threes, and we've got a tie ball game.
Yeah, lots of threes by this Garber offense, and there's 2 or 3 of them that can really fill it up from beyond the arc, a lot like the Cashion Wildcats.
Drake Woody on the switch to Wilburn. He'll pick up the double team. Cole Tishner will work. He's got the lane. Right-hand drive, looking for the dump down. Not there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take it. Loose ball, and they're going to call a walk as the ball was hit out of his hands.
That's what I was thinking. It was more of an out of control. The ball was tipped out of there. He was just trying to regain possession, but the official that was right down there on it saw that he thought it was more of just a ball control issue from himself.
He's got to retain possession, though. I got some coaching from a college official, and that's a tough one. Inside, Carson Gump gets away with Drake Woody gets away with a reach. So we'll call it even there in that situation as Wilburn will work left side. Bishop on him. He's going to body him around. He'll go right hand. I like what I'm seeing here from Anthony. Cole Tishner. Tie ball game, 15-all. We told you the girls' game was going to be good, and we're going to tell you the boys' one's going to be just as good. And thus far, it's up to the billing. Carson Gump stops his dribble out to Tony Wilburn. Nabavi sitting on the bench with 2 fouls. Elbow jumpers up. Wilburn in and out. Mark Bishop quickly down. Wisely, Carson Gump does not go over the back on that one. That's a good situation for Carson. Mark Bishop drives baseline. Sharp with a baseline 3, no good. And over the back call, great job by Carson Gump. And he'll get the call. Correct call there by the center official. Wildcats will take possession. That's just the first foul on Domingo Ramirez, and just the first foul in, I think, second overall on Garber in this entire game, I believe.
Hasn't had much fouls yet. What I like to see out of Gump is just his aggressiveness and athleticism, but controlled. A lot of times early on in the season, I saw him, maybe not get a rebound. He'd reach in, get it, just a cheap foul. Tonight, you've seen him really play good defense, get in position, and not reach or slap, and be able to stay on the floor more than what we've seen early on in the season.
So Carson Gump on a nice catch and on a roll, not given credit for the bumps that occurred, but is called for the walk. There's a lot of action down there. That's tough for Carson to work through all that contact and then get the foul or to get the travel call. Nonetheless, Garber basketball and another Cashion turnover. Got to take care of the ball, as this Garber Wolverines team is very athletic, and just like that, Mark Bishop off the glass will get his first points, and it's a Garber Wolverines lead, not since the opening seconds of the first quarter. Wildcats down 17-15, the Wolverines up. Braden Stimke, the sophomore who's checked in. Wildcats will run a little 3-man game up top. Drake Woody, bang! Yes, sir! Drake Woody, phenomenal. Big 3, come back. Wildcats back up 1, 18-17, 5:40 on the clock. Kenan Sharp with the ball. Drake Woody hounding him. Braden Stipke matched up now on Steinert. Spin move. We're going to have a walk call. So, hey, they return the favor. So good job there by the sophomore. Braden Stipke playing solid D. Nabavi with 2 fouls checking in, as well as Ashton Moore. So we got looks like it'll be Stimke and Carson Gump. So Ashton Moore coming in, drawing some duties in the lane. Nabavi will help out with ball handling duties. What can you say about Drake Woody? Fantastic. He's got 2 made threes on 2 shots.
And really, when the Wildcats were needing a big shot, is Drake Woody was, way out there from about 20 foot. We said, I'm going to go ahead and put the Cashion Wildcats back up on the scoreboard, and was able to drain one.
Nabavi with his first 3 is a little bit long. Wildcats empty possession. Stolen by Cole Tishner. Sophomore right hand will go ahead and go to the cup. Wisely gets blocked. Nabavi and Bishop fighting for the ball. Steiner will throw the ball out. 2-on-1. Drop down. Tishner still fighting for it. No walk call. Nabavi will get it. It's a scrum and we'll have a foul. And that's just unlucky for Mark Bishop. The guy's given extra effort. I absolutely hate that call. It's the right one, but that's we'll just call it hot mess finally comes to an end.
Yeah. Bishop was just on the floor kind of Nathan tripped over him. Yeah, that's a tough call for Bishop there that is just giving effort and was able to draw a foul. But Cashion Wildcats here on offense, I want to see in this possession just set up the offense, run like what we were doing in the very beginning of this ball game, and just run a cycle or two and find a good open shot to put up.
So it looks like it might be a little man defense here. Nababi will right side on the screen. Skip pass, dangerous. And good job there by Kenan Sharp, eyeing that one. Nababi's had 2 close passes on those. He's got to be careful. So out of bounds, it'll be Cole Tishner, sophomore starting his first varsity start in place of Camden Miller. Nababi will eye the 3. It's up. That's long. Tipped out by Kyle Yao. Great job by the sophomore showing his length. Offensive rebound to the Wildcats, and they'll start over. 4:24 on the clock, up 1. Ramirez on him. Nababi will work right side and we'll have an illegal screen. That's the second foul on Carson Gump.
Yeah, and that time Carson, he's got to get set before Nathan starts to go and then roll to the basket. I think what happened there was the official saw him starting to move and roll before he had his foot really set, and they're going to call that almost every single time.
All right, so after the turnover, Wildcats will come back on defense. Kenan Sharp, the sophomore, who almost had that steal just a minute ago. Ramirez will work against Drake Woody, and we're going to have a block, and it's going to be returned. Kenan Sharp on the screen. Nababi's very fortunate.
Yeah, because that would have been 3 fouls there.
Yeah.
He's still playing very aggressive. Nathan needs to be, right there, it worked out in our favor. He's got to be careful. You don't want to get that 3rd foul early here in the game.
So with 4:04, second quarter action, Wildcats 18-17, and Bobby getting a conversation with the official. He's always the consummate salesman. And we've got a sighting. We've got a Brody Nichols sighting. Is Brody, the sophomore guard, checking in?
That's one thing Coach Tishner said about Camden going out is we're going to have to use some of our depth and some of our players that hadn't got in as many games. Just because they've had so many close games, they haven't really got to get deep on their lineup. And tonight you're going to see that with them being a man short.
The Bobby to the cut, stripped from behind, no foul call. That's unfortunate. That's usually called. 3:37. Another turnover for the Wildcats. Ramirez, who had that strip, will take it top of the key. He'll shoot the 3. It's up. It's off. Nababi will eventually get that rebound as Cooper Hughes trails 4-on-5. Nababi's got to be careful. Brody Nichols with the 3. Bang! Welcome to the game, Brody Nichols. Unconscious. The kid says, what? First time in a varsity game. 3 ball up by Steiner. It's off. Kyle Yal, another sophomore, with the rebound, and the Wildcat youth movement in action.
I like it. Brody just kind of has been going to the corner and spotting up. He knows his role. Get the ball and shoot it. That time he did it, drained it for the big Cashion Wildcat 3. Here goes another one.
Brody just off on that one. It falls loose. Cole Tishner. Drake Woody on the loose ball. He'll get another offensive rebound. He'll stay here. They're all boxing each other out. Cole Tishner says, hello.
I'll take it.
So with that, we'll have another round of substitutions, and we'll have a timeout. We'll take a timeout as we catch our breath. We appreciate you guys joining us here. Championship Saturday, live from Garber, Oklahoma. We'll be right back.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
All right, welcome back. Championship Saturday, live from the Next Era Energy Resources Invitational here in Garber, Oklahoma. I'm even Bobby, Chris Gibson, bringing you tonight's action here. Championship Saturday night. It was a 15-12 Wildcat lead in the first quarter. It's 21-17 here in the second quarter. Back and forth affair. The Wolverines were able to get the lead. The Wildcats have come back thanks to the three-point shooting of Drake Woody and, surprise, surprise, Brody Nichols. Wildcats on the floor with Braden Stimke, Nichols, Yile, Drake Woody, and it looks like Anthony Wilburn. We've got Cooper Hughes, Colton Steinert, Domingo Ramirez, number 15, Brett Howery, as well as number 0, Kenan Sharp for the guys in white. Wildcats setting up against that 2-3 look. Skip pass into Brody Nichols. He passes that one up, going 1 for 2. Kyle Yall back to Stimke. 3 balls up. Bang! Braden Stimke, another sophomore with a 3-ball. Hello.
A good ball movement right there. Finally found a wide open Stimke, and he was not afraid to pull the trigger and sink one from 3-ball land.
Wildcats back on D. Cooper Hughes deep. Nice job by Wilburn keeping him deep, and that pass will go out of bounds. All predicated on Anthony Wilburn's ability to keep Cooper Hughes out of the block. Errant pass goes out. He'll have a seat. Checking in for him is number 30. That's Trevin Blazer.
I enjoy watching Anthony play some basketball. Kid stays in control, is good fundamentally, and whenever he gets just wait until he gets an open shot and see that shot. He can fill it up from outside.
Stimke, baseline drive, right hand, up and under, no foul call. Kenan Sharp quickly down left side, almost walks, no call. The Cashion fans wanted it. Wilburn up top on Steinert. He's been electric. Little step back. Nice job by Wilburn on the defense. Domingo Ramirez will work right hand against Drake this time. He'll work that spin move. Nothing there. Skip pass out to Steinert. Wolverines will reset. 1:41 on the clock. Inside to Ramirez. He's working against Drake Woody. Straight up. Great job by Woody with the rebound, and they're going to call a hold underneath. 3 Cashion Wildcats there. That's unfortunate. Tough call. That one will go against Braden Stimke. Will have another round of substitutions as Ashton Moore will check in with Logan Wilburn. Sophomores Nichols and Yao will have a seat. 1:33 on the clock. Got to find Steinert. There he is. Three balls up. In and out. And over the back call there, Ashton Moore fighting number 30, Blazer on the shot. 3 balls up. Dominguez no good. So back-to-back threes. Not good for Coach Reed. And Drake Woody with the Wildcats with 1:20 on the clock will bring it across the timeline. He'll shoot the 3. It's up. In and out, testing the range. Ashton Moore with the rebound and the foul. Great hustle by the senior Ashton Moore on the basket on the missed shot by Drake Woody. And he's going to be rewarded with free throws.
Yeah, Drake out there, little heat check. That's where he made that 3 from deep earlier. But Ashton Moore does a great job of crashing the boards, going up strong. And I love how a kid gets the ball, goes back up strong, either make the basket or get fouled. In that instance, gets fouled, gets to the free throw line.
I love it. Misses the first, unfortunately. And we've got another senior sighting. Emerson Brent checking in for Braden Stimke, who had a 3 earlier in the game. Logan Wilburn replaced with Cole Tishner. So the Wildcats will go with Brant, Woody, Wilburn, Tishner, and Moore.
There is always some fresh legs on the floor for the Cashion Wildcats at all times. As many kids as they're running in and out of there, there's always somebody that's got legs to play defense.
Steinert off the missed free throw, go left side to the cup. It's good. It's fantastic. I've just been really impressed with Cole Steinert.
Came across the baseline there, yep.
So 24-19 on turnover. So
give credit to Steinert there. Make the basket, get back and play a little defense. And he just jumped in that passing lane. Brent stepped across the line, gives the ball back to the Garber Wolverines.
Brett Howery, who got to Steinert, who just made that last basket. And that's a 5-0 run. Colton Steinert adds a triple, 24-22 with 45 seconds. Drake Woody with the ball with Ramirez, little spin move in the lane, floaters up, and we're going to have a block call.
Yeah, and I think right there what happened was, you could say, man, that's going to be a charge. What happened, Drake Woody went up, Zero Sharp went underneath him, and as he comes down, makes the contact, so it's a blocking call.
Yeah, that's the right call. It's, I think, what Nabavi wanted earlier when he got that second charge, or that second foul, which has put him on the bench. Rudy with the free throw makes it. So Drake Woody with 7 points is able to stop that 5-0 mini run there by Colton Steinert. 25-22, Wildcats up 3. Checking back in is Mark Bishop. He's got 2 fouls. Kyle Yao will check in for Anthony Wilburn. So Coach Reed telling what he's got on the floor and what he needs. Drake Woody trying to convert this 2-shot foul. He does. Wildcats back up. 26-22, 4-point lead, 35 seconds. Mark Bishop matched up with the sophomore Braden Stimke. He's going to work right side. Ramirez there, going to have a double screen up top. Let's see if Cole Tishner rolls under. He does not. and we'll have a block call, and that'll be the third team foul. So here's a situation where, you got guys, you got to understand what you have in Mark Bishop. He was going to go to the rack, and that help needed to come back on that screen. So good work by Mark Bishop. Left-hand drive. He's going to go to the cup. Ashton Moore will get the foul, I believe.
Yeah, and they're going to say that was on the floor before he went up to shoot the basketball. And that's a tough call on Ashton. I think he was more the just one standing there.
Yeah.
And maybe he leaned into the contact a little bit, I guess is what the official saw, and that's why they called it on the floor before he went up.
Well, you got to give credit to Bishop. He took it to the rack. He's on the out-of-bounds pass. Sharp around to Ramirez. Nabavi matched up with him. He'll shoot the three. That's off. Carson Gump with the rebound. He'll get it to Nabavi. 16 seconds. Actually went to Wilburn and Nabavi. Mark Bishop matched up with him. Nabavi 10 seconds. Across the timeline. We'll work across the screen. No roll. Right hand. To the basket. No contact. A lot of business as Nabavi hits the deck. Carson Gump with the tip out. It'll go off the hands of a Garber Wolverine, and it'll be Cashion basketball.
0.7 seconds left in this first half, so it's going to have to be a catch and shoot.
Wilburn. Nabavi will get it. He'll spot up three. It's up. Oh, just missed it. Had a chance. That'll be the end of the first half. It's been a good one. Back and forth affair. Wildcats up by 4, 26-22. Appreciate you guys joining us here on CashionWildcats.tv takeover of Garber Wolverines TV via Squirtle. It's been, again, a fantastic day today thus far. Congratulations to the Cashion Lady Wildcats with their victory earlier today over the Garber Lady Wolverines. And here we got a good one. It's going to go down the wire as we go to half, 26-22. Hang tight. We've got 7.5 minutes on the clock. We'll be right back here in a bit.
The Turquoise Boutique offers a wide variety of fashion, accessories, and gift items. We are located in downtown Enid at 101 North Grand Avenue. Check us out on Facebook, TTB VIP, for all of our newest arrivals. We love people, fashion, and the Wolverines.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Hager Brothers Trucking has served the Oklahoma Panhandle for 22 years. We are a family-owned trucking company that hauls grain, livestock, and over-the-road commodities. If you are looking for trucks to transport during harvest, please call our office at 580-349-2439 or visit our website at www.hagerbrothers.trucking.com. We also offer heavy-duty truck and trailer repair in Goodwell, Oklahoma. If you need your truck serviced, please give our shop a call. Class A CDL drivers and owner-operators are always wanted at Hager Brothers. Visit our website to apply.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Garber Co-op, serving the communities of Garber, Fairmont, and Covington, knows how important high school sports is to the community and is excited to help sponsor this contest. The Garber Co-op can help you with all of your grain, fertilizer, custom fertilized spread, feed, fuel, and propane needs. Visit the Garber Co-op today or call us at 580-863-2292. The Garber Co-op salutes all of the coaches, athletes, and cheerleaders who make the commitment to make high school sports great.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
The Turquoise Boutique offers a wide variety.
All right, welcome back to Garber, Oklahoma. Saturday night championship basketball live from the Next Era Energy Resources Invitational. I'm Neiman Ababi. Joining me up here in the booth is my man Chris Gibson. It is a CashionWildcats.tv takeover here in Garber, but we are pleased to be bringing action from both sides here tonight on Championship Saturday. Wildcats find themselves up 26-22 in a back-and-forth affair. Again, led by Colton Steinert, the Garber Wolverines, 3-1, led by Coach Fletcher Reed, has been almost unstoppable. He has 13 points, 3 3-pointers, and 2 field goals. Right behind him is Domingo Ramirez with 7, Mark Bishop with 2 for the 22 for the guys in white. And then for the visiting Cashion Wildcats, it's Drake Woody with 2 made threes, a couple of free throws. Nathan Ababi with 6, Carson Gump with 6 early on in that first quarter. And then off the bench, we got the youth movement, the young guns, Braden Stimke and Brody Nichols coming in and chipping in with 2 threes apiece. So Wildcats getting 26 from 5 different scores. We got a minute on the clock. What's one thing for Cashion and one thing for Garber, Chris?
One thing for Cashion is just continue to be patient on the offensive side of the ball, wait for that open shot, and stay in control. Garber continue to attack the basket with Steiner and Dominguez. They're both kids that are really strong and can finish at the rim and then be able to also step back and hit a 3 once the defense starts to collapse on them.
All right, so with that, we'll have a fresh 8 put on the clock. Big shout out again to our Squirtle sponsors. Can't have it without them. If you'd like to advertise, make sure you visit CashionWildcats.tv or GarberWolverines.tv. Hit that red button up top. A lot of great features. Again, Wildcats win the top streaming services in the entire state with almost 750,000 views over the last 5 years. Wildcats certainly love to watch their guys at home and on the road, as they do here in Garber. It'll be Wildcat basketball on the floor. Will be Cole Tishner, Anthony Wilburn, Nathan Nabavi, Carson Gump, and Drake Woody. And for the guys in white, the home team, Garber Wolverines, Colton Steiner, Domingo Ramirez, Mark Bishop, Brett Howery, and Cooper Hughes. All right, Wildcats with the ball, and Nabavi with it. Steiner matched up on him. A little, again, 2-3 extended look here from Coach Reed. Hasn't changed things up much. Around the horn it goes. Nabavi high post catch. Back to Wilburn. Back to Nabavi. Draws the double. Skip past the Tishner. He doesn't shoot the 3. And then Nabavi, he'll shoot it from the free throw line. It's long. Carson Gump fighting for the rebound. Mark Bishop handles that one. One and done for the Wildcats. Nabavi's got to take his time on that little jumper. No one was on him.
Maybe even put the ball on the floor there and see if somebody will come. That's a travel.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. We've seen that. We've talked about slippage tonight.
Yep.
Feel bad for Ramirez, and that's one where I was looking at his ankles and knees. I was like, wow, big kid, big, healthy-looking, athletic kid.
Yeah, and really good body control.
Yep.
A kid that can battle down low and step outside and shoot a 3.
Bobby, high post catch to draw a crowd. That one is well off. Carson Gump with the offensive rebound. Putback is good. Carson Gump working off the glass, gets his gets a rebound and a basket, and the Wildcats extend the lead and draw first blood here in the second half.
Carson Gump is a kid that can battle down low. I've talked to Coach Tishner a lot about Gump, and he's excited for him this year just because he's one of those kids that can really battle down low, has good hands, and then can finish at the rim.
Ramirez answers there with a nice curl into the lane. Right-hand floater goes. Good work there by the junior. Wilburn with the ball. He'll hand off Nabavi. He's got Bishop on him. It's been a good battle today as Nabavi will work back right hand. Let's see, he'll look for that screen and that roll. Not there. Nabavi will cut to the cup.
Nice dish.
Carson Gump underneath. No foul call. Wow, a lot of action. It'll go out of bounds. So Carson Gump drew 3 there. And good job by the Garber Wolves not creating any contact. Wildcats up 4, 28-24, 6 minutes. Ramirez in the lane, off the glass. Drake Woody, great job. Even with the push-off, is able to control himself, get the rebound quickly down. Cole Tishner back to Wilburn. Wilburn needs to look to shoot.
Yeah, catch and shoot. He's got the shot. He's got the quick trigger. That wouldn't be a bad shot for Anthony.
Wildcats taking their time, setting up. Reset. Carson Gump on the high screen. Let's see if we'll get the roll. Nabavi will shoot the 3. That one's going to be long. Wow. To say Nabavi's ice cold is an understatement. Quickly back down. Steinert. Work off the screen. No switch. Cole Tishner's got to move on that. And that's a nice drop down to Cooper Hughes. Somebody's either got to talk or figure it out. So nice work there on the drive and dribble penetration and kick to Cooper Hughes. His first points of the game. It's back to a 2-point lead, or just a 2-point lead for the Cashion Wildcats. Nice job here by the Garber Wolverines. Woody with the drive. Drop down to Carson Gump. Almost gets the assist. Nice job. Good find. And got to give credit. Nice drive by Drake Woody, but Carson Gump has been fantastic sealing off his guy on the opposite block.
And we talked about it in the girls' game, how important it is to get positioned down low if you're a post player. And Carson's done a great job of that this second half of just really battling down low, getting in position, and then being able to catch those passes that are coming into him as your guards are dishing it off to you.
Carson Gump with the basket. He has 9 total thus far. Completes the 2-point opportunity. Quickly down Steinert. 5 minutes on the clock here. Third quarter. Wildcats up 30-26. Big shot there by Steinert. He's good. You got to go find that kid. Fourth made 3.
Yeah, and I look over at Coach Hardaway, and he's going, don't go underneath. Go over the top. Because every time we've gone underneath, you see him pull up that 3, and he's good enough to make it.
Wilburn stops his dribble. Tishner Nabavi. Wildcats got to figure something out here. Carson Gump's been the guy for him thus far. Nabavi gets hit underneath. Loose ball. Quickly down left side. Jump stop no good. Carson Gump with the rebound. Quickly down Wildcats. Don't have numbers, but Nabavi will push left side. Wilburn and the Wildcats will reset. So an unforced error.
That time, I don't know if Gump came up a little high. Yeah. Wilburn wasn't ready for him to be right there. But, we've kind of gotten away from having, Nathan at that high post and really working that area. And early in the ball game, that was kind of our best set play, set offense. See if we kind of go back to that. We started it out there at the very beginning of this second half. But kind of gotten away from it as this game has gone on, and nothing really is working on the offensive side of Cashion, on the offensive side for Cashion, other than driving and dishing to Gump. Let's see if they don't change up something on the offensive side of the ball to open up some 3-point opportunities for the Cashion Wildcats.
Yeah, and on the opposite side, Garber again. We talked about it. Chris told you at the beginning of the game. If you weren't familiar with Garber, Steinert is a deep 3 threat, and he's hit 4. And I think he's only missed 2. I think based on my records, 4 for 6. He's got a couple of layups to go with it. He's got 16 points to lead all scorers here in this game. And when you've got 29 points and 16 are coming from one player, you better find them. So with that, after the turnover, it'll be Garber basketball. Ramirez hands off to Bishop. Bishop top of the key. Wildcats manning up again. Wilburn on him. Back cut. Well done there by Nabavi on Steinert. Back cut there. No, not defended well. Cooper Hughes with the assist. And it's a Garber lead. So nice job there on the backdoor cut there by Mark Bishop. He's got 4 points. It's 31-30. Garber with their first lead of the second half. Nabavi will work right side. Kick out to Wilburn. 3 is up. And that's short. Oh. Steiner quickly down. Nabavi needs to be careful not to foul here. 3 balls up, and that hits the top pole, and that is out of bounds. So turnover, Wildcats. And so with that, Coach Hardaway will go to the bench, and Anthony Wilburn will have a seat. I'm not sure if he got hit in the face or something. Maybe just give him a break as Brody Nichols checks in. Wildcats going with a little offense there on the corners with Tishner and Nichols. Nabavi will work left side to the logo. Work off that screen. Back cut to his left hand. Jumper's up. Not good. Carson Gump with another offensive rebound. And oh, my gosh.
And I think Carson right there was just trying to get away from the contact and must have taken an extra step before the ball hits the ground, and they call a travel.
That's a tough call. From a standpoint, Carson working hard underneath to get the rebound, and no call. 1 foul called the entire third quarter. As you mentioned, they kind of let the girls play, and they're letting them play here tonight with the boys. Braden Stimke checks in. Jumper up by Ramirez, no good. And we'll get the foul there. So good job by Braden Stimke, the sophomore, on that baseline dribble penetration defense on Ramirez. Missed shot, goes up. Stimke goes up to get the rebound. That's the second foul on Ramirez. And he'll have a seat as Brody Nichols will check in. Cole Tishner will have a seat. So Kyle Yao joins Carson Gump and Brody Nichols in the front court. Nabavi and Drake Woody in the backcourt. 31-30. Wildcats still trying to figure it out without Cam Miller. Fantastic ball handler, point guard, 2-year starter for the Wildcats, sitting out tonight with an ankle injury. Kyle Yao will work right hand, back to left hand, nice switch, up and under, dumps down to Gump, nice find, skips back out to Yao.
Kick that out.
Nichols, deep 3. Gump fighting for it, Steve keeps it alive, and they say he steps out of bounds. Gump has been phenomenal on the glass.
I thought if he was out of bounds, I thought he would have been out of bounds right at the beginning when he caught that ball. It looked like he had kind of worked back inside, but one of those big shoes of his must have grazed the baseline and they turned the ball over.
All right, so turnover Wildcats, 2:32 on the clock, and Nabavi up top on Steinert. Logan Wilburn on the nice switch there as he picks up the hot hand for Garber. Goes in the lane, floaters up, off the rim. Logan Wilburn, loose ball. Mark Bishop somehow finds it. Steinert open 3. Wing is going to be off. Long rebound. Nabavi chases it out with Ramirez. And we're going to have a foul up top on Ashton Moore. That'll be the 3rd foul against Cashion. No fouls against Garber here.
No, it's 2-1.
So my bad.
Yep.
2 on Garber, 1 on Cashion. Yeah, get my biased head out. Thank you. And that's why I love you being here, Chris. Help keep me straight. So Logan Wilburn will have the seat. Coming back in, Ashton Moore, or I apologize, Braden Stimke. Mark Bishop up top. Drake Woody on him. Steinert, man, again, the guy for Garber. Hawkeye defense working hard. Kenan Sharp, dump down to Ramirez. He'll try to work underneath. Gets lost. And that's twice now that Mark Bishop has fooled the Cashion defense, gets loose, gets the foul. That's the 2nd foul on the Wildcats, first on Drake Woody. And that'll send Mark Bishop to the line with the home team Garber Wolves up 1.
That time Bishop just saw Ramirez with a good position, saw 2 Wildcats collapse on him, and Ramirez had the wherewithal to see Bishop just find that open spot on the backside there, was able to dish it to him and then get fouled on the shot.
Wildcats playing as many as 11 players tonight.
Which I don't think we've had a
12 players.
We haven't had a Cashion Wildcat made 3 yet in this second half, and we talked about it early on. I said the Garber Wolverines, they're going to live and die by the 3. The Cashion Wildcats do the same thing, and we're going to have to make some 3-point shots in this second half to be able to get a win tonight, I have a feeling.
That cut to Wilburn to the glass, and they're going to say foul on the floor. So great dive and a great entry pass by Drake Woody into Wilburn. That'll be a baseline foul. That'll be the third foul on number 0, Kenan Sharp. Cole Tishner will have a seat. Income will be Brody Nichols. So coach trying to go with the sophomore who had that 3 earlier. Nathan Abavi on the baseline out of bounds. Into the Wildcats. Drake Woody splits 2, takes the jumper, dump down to Abavi. He's going to get a little body, no contact, and we're going to.
Yeah, I don't understand that call there. Carson never left the floor. The ball just kind of hits him in the chest, and he grabs it, and the whistle is blown. As much as they've been letting them play and really battle for position there, I don't understand that call. There must have been something down low that we didn't see that the official saw.
I didn't see anything. Third foul on Carson Gump, and as much as Carson's been banged down low, I mean, he hasn't gotten the benefit of the doubt one time yet down there. Carry there up top by Steinert. He goes at skip pass to number 15, Brett Howery. From the elbow, it's up. Jumper's no good. Drake Woody with another rebound. Nice work there by the junior guard. Bring it across. 1:12 on the clock. Wildcats will set up. 5 out. Deep 3 by Stimpke. Underneath, loose ball falls in the hands of Steiner. Garber's been pretty fortunate with a lot of loose balls. Quickly out to Sharp. He'll shoot the 3. It's up and it's good. Kenan Sharp down from his knees, gets that one to fall, and that's another 3 and a 6-point lead, largest lead of the night for Garber here in the third quarter. Wildcats loose ball. That's a kick ball, not called. As number 15, Brett Howery, will finish at the bucket as he used his foot to move that forward. An 8-point lead is swole for the Wildcat, or for the Garber Wolverines. Skip past the Brody Nichols, 3 balls, no good. Fighting for the rebound, should be out of bounds off Garber. And it will stay here.
Yeah, with 26 seconds here, if I'm Coach Hardaway, I'm just saying let's run a good offensive set here, or a quick, if you have a open 3-point coming off of a set play here, drain it, get back on defense. There's been some times in this ball game where the Cashion Wildcats haven't got back on defense like they should, and there's been some wide open shots.
Anthony Wilburn on the out of bounds from Nabavi ends the drought. What was a 4-minute drought for the Wildcats. 38-32, Wildcats have scored a whopping 6 points here in the third quarter. Last possession here, 7 seconds, 6-5, Bishop on Drake Woody. He'll push off, no call, up and under, no walk call. Drake Woody, fantastic defense. And I got to tell you, man, Drake Woody's done a phenomenal job today between him and Wilburn on Ramirez and Mark Bishop. That one just falls, and the Wildcats find themselves down 6, 32-38. So what was a 26-22 lead in the second quarter going into halftime, that was a 16-6 run, a 10-point swing there for the hometown Garber Wolverines. You got to give credit. Steinert has been phenomenal. Second half, we've seen Ramirez come on. Mark Bishop's been the guy. He's got 4 points for the Garber, and then Kenan Sharp with that 3 has certainly done it. And, from a Coach Reed perspective, he's only done this with about 7 players. He's only played 7. Wildcats going with about 12 tonight, and certainly a situation where we'll see what happens with legs in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no doubt. And the difference really in that third quarter was Garber had three-pointers fall, where the Cashion Wildcats had some open looks from three-point that just didn't go through the rim. You have a few of those hit, it's a tie ball game, and we're talking a little bit different about that third quarter as far as scoring-wise for the Cashion Wildcats. That's going to even out in this fourth quarter, especially like you said with the legs and the rest that a lot of these players, a lot of these starters have gotten for the Cashion Wildcats. Let's see if that translates over to a better three-point shooting in the fourth quarter for the Cashion Wildcats.
All right, 8 minutes for a championship here in Garber. Appreciate you guys joining us. It is the Next Era Energy Garber Invitational, and give credit to the Wolverines and Coach Reed. They've had a huge comeback here in the third quarter, starting off there fresh. Steiner going by Nabavi, who falls down. We've had a lot of slippage tonight, and it's a 40-32 lead here for the Garber Wolverines. Back up 8, biggest lead for them. Wildcats had a lead of 8 at one point. Nabavi will work left side against Steiner. Go to the cup off the glass. Nabavi cannot buy a basket tonight. Quickly down Steiner right side. Nabavi's expecting some contact there, didn't get it, and went hard off the glass. Steiner will work cross into Brett Howery. Wildcats staying in that man defense. Somebody's got to switch. Bishop with the jumper over the back, not called.
Yeah, and that time Gump got in great position there, was able to knock that to the Cashion Wildcat, but was a little bit bodied. And that time Nathan takes it hard to the rim and is fouled by Bishop.
So first foul of the fourth quarter. Again, remember it starts over 5 for each squad and then go to double bonus. Checking in for Garber is Cooper Hughes for Ramirez. Nabavi on the baseline after the foul. He's got Cole Tishner on the baseline. Drake Woody up top. Deep three. In and out. Into the hands of Mark Bishop. Good job there blocking out on Carson Gump. Wasn't able to get that one. Carson's gotten his hands on a lot of rebounds. He's been a unsung hero for the Wildcats. Cole Tishner, no switch. And what's going on? We got to talk. We got to talk about our switches.
Yeah, that time just nobody jumped over and took him. That's part of the man defense that you're going to have to watch film, see how that works, and do some drills there to get that lined out.
Nabavi misses on the jumper there, quickly down. Steinert finds Cooper Hughes, in and out to Mark Bishop. Switches up top. Nabavi on Steinert. Deep three is up. That's off. Nabavi with the rebound, a long miss. Doesn't have numbers, so wisely pull it back out. Baseline, gets the bump, gets the floater. No call by the baseline official. And I'm with you, Nabavi. I know I don't want to sound like I'm complaining here, but he's getting absolutely beat up. No calls.
Yeah, and that time just went up strong with the floater and was taken out there, made it. No call. Quick timeout here by Coach Hardaway to go over a few things in this fourth quarter.
So let's walk through that top screen. Like, you know, if you're coaching basketball, you've got, and Wolverines have done a fantastic job, you know, hitting the switch and even backdoor. What are we supposed to be looking for here on defense on the switch?
Defensive side of the ball? Well, just get in position, right? Is where you start, isn't it? And whenever you're in that position to move your feet and get over in front of that on the switch, that's what you got to do, right?
Yep. Just curious to see her watch. So as Wildcats will come back out, 6-11. You give me a smile,
And are they
Chris?
just setting it up? Are they just setting it up enough to where they don't?
I don't know.
Aren't seeing
Well,
what's
here's the
coming
situation. What I'm seeing, Garber's doing a fantastic job at taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
We're not either talking or switching. We're just standing still. We're both sitting there watching somebody get screened. So I hope maybe we start talking a little bit more, maybe understanding, you know, what they're going to do.
When your guy goes to screen, you got to get in position to either say we're switching or you're going over the top, but it's all communication.
So we'll have a foul on Nabavi. He'll pick up his third. That'll be the first foul in the Cashion Wildcats here. That one, as Mark Bishop was setting up a screen. I think it's just one of those bad luck deals. Some guys getting caught up, tripped up, and falling over. Referee had to call that one. Bishop up top. He'll work right side against Wilburn. They're looking for that back cut. Sharp with the three. It's long. Come on.
Yeah, when you get in position like that, like Gump was in right there, anytime the player behind has to go through the player, that should be over the back or a foul of some sort.
Yeah.
So good job right there by Gump getting in position to get the rebound.
So with that, thankfully the ball went out of bounds off of Ramirez's hands as no foul was called. Nabavi will right side back to the middle, cross back through, dump down to the Gump. Nice find. And Gump gets it knocked out of his hands by Cooper Hughes. So turnover, Wildcats. Up top, Steinert. Again, it's been a threat. He'll work right side against Tishner. And they're going to call offensive on a push-off. So great call there by the baseline official. We've seen it a little bit, and if I'm Steinert, I keep doing it if they're not going to call it. That time it is called. Again, super impressed with Colton Steinert. I mean, inside out, very smooth, great ball handler.
Put it on the ground, go to the rack,
Yep.
and be able to find wide open players to help make his teammates better.
Bobby work right side, get some body. Nabavi will get the steal, and he'll get the foul that time as Ramirez will finally get called for a foul. So Nabavi very fortunate as the Garber Wolverines were running faster than the ball. That will be the third against Ramirez. That'll be the third foul here in the fourth quarter. Ramirez with 9 points. He's been fantastic. An absolute force for the Wolverines. Nabavi will catch and shoot. Baseline in and out. Wildcats cannot buy a shot, but Carson Gump with another offensive rebound. Nabavi to Wilburn. Wildcats are looking stagnant here.
I want to see Wilburn just catch and shoot. You see Ramirez just playing off of him. Put it up.
Nabavi gets the bucket. Finally gets the roll. 36-42, Wildcats down 6. The Wolverines hometown with 4:42 on the clock, hanging on to that lead. Loose ball, little hut. Bishop will shoot the 3. It's good. Wow. I tell you what, better lucky than good. Nice shot there by Mark Bishop. That's a big-time 3. 45-36, biggest lead here for the Wolverines, 9. Nabavi will work right side, and we'll have a block. So the Garber fans are asking for the push-off. I think Nathan Nabavi is just going to the rack. Fourth foul by Mark Bishop. That'll be the 4th foul for the Wolverines. Next foul by a Wolverine. Nabavi will have a seat, not sure why. And with 45-36, 9-point lead, checking in will be Kyle Yao. Inbounds Wilburn, he'll find Drake Woody. 3-point specialist for the Wildcats. He's got Sharp matched up on him. Hand off to Wilburn. Tishner will feint. Drake will shoot that. Heck yeah, 3 balls up, no good. Carson Gump with another offensive rebound. Tip out to Ramirez from Hughes. Drake Woody on the floor. Great effort there by the Wildcats. They're going to need to continue to have that. Down 9 with 4 minutes left. Sharp will fake the 3. He'll dump down to Hughes, and that's the correct call.
Yeah.
I think Wilburn was just trying to save what he could.
Yeah, and I think he was coming back to make that play and lost his footing a little bit.
Yeah.
The thing is, I would rather have that than a wide open layup.
Yeah, totally agree. So Wilburn will pick up just his first foul. Nabavi will check back in for Kyle Yao. Out of bounds on the baseline. It'll be the Wolverines. They'll get it into Ramirez. He'll set up at the 3-line. Tishner on him. 45-36. Coach Reed doesn't have to do anything. He can sit here and hang on the ball, but Colton Steiner will shoot the 3. That's long. That's going to go up. Drake Woody with another rebound.
Cashion Wildcats just need to hit a few threes to get back in this ball game.
How about that one?
We'll take it.
That's long. Carson Gump with the rebound. They got to let him get. They have to let him get it.
Yeah.
He never actually established possession with the ball. He was still moving. So another turnover, Wildcats. Carson Gump, effort play. Can't be mad about that. Anthony Wilburn will check out. Braden Stipke will check in for defense. Nabavi up top on Steiner. Actually, they'll go ahead and keep it there as Ramirez will come back and they'll look for that swing, maybe that screen and roll. Late on the switch. 3 balls up by Sharp. That's long. And as Cooper Hughes fighting off Carson Gump. Carson Gump showing you his strength, holding off a 260-plus, almost triple burger Cooper Hughes.
The thing is, both teams are just giving max effort. There's
Absolutely.
a lot of 50-50 plays in this ball game that have gone the Wolverines' way. Wolverines have made some big threes.
They absolutely
where the
have.
Cashion hasn't. So give credit to the Wolverines for making the shots, continuing to give the effort and match the effort from the Cashion Wildcats. And the Cashion Wildcats just have to keep that up. Things will balance out and hopefully get back in this ball game.
Loose ball, Cole Tishner, it's knocked out of his hands. So good effort there by both Cashion and the Wolverines on that loose ball. Colton Steiner hitting the table. Good thing they got some padding over there for the guy. Checking out his hip. Drake Woody on the out of bounds. We've got Stimke, Tishner, and Brody Nichols out on the floor for the Wildcats.
Right at 3 minutes left in this ball game. Cashion Wildcats need a big shot here to put this back in the ball game.
Bang! You asked for it. You got it, Nathan Nabavi. Keep talking, partner, with a huge 3. 2-possession lead here for the Wolverines. Quickly down, wide open. Loose ball.
It's over the back.
Nabavi will step out of bounds. Good effort there. It looked like number 30, who just checked in, Trevin Blazer, was over the back of Brody Nichols, but kept alive. And we'll have mass substitutions again as Cashion will return back with Carson Gump and Wilburn. Mark Bishop's checked in. He's got 4. Loose ball, Carson Gump with the steal. Nice job by the Wildcat defense. 2:39, 45-39. Wildcats down 6. Nabavi will heat check, 3 balls up. That is well off. Not a very good shot selection for Nabavi. And that should be a foul, no call. As Drake Woody, he'll get the second one. I don't blame Ramirez. He went back right at it.
Hey,
so
right there, if Drake, if I'm Drake and I get away with that, the next time that Ramirez comes at me, I'm pulling the chair and letting him go down to the ground. That time Drake, went ahead and went at him again, and they called him the second time.
Second foul on Woody. That's the third team foul for the Wildcats, 4 for the Garber Wolverines. Checking in back in from defensive side is Brody Nichols, Braden Stimke, and Kyle Yao. So Wildcats with 3 sophomores, a junior and a senior on the floor. Kyle Yao on the switch. Good work there by Yao on that particular switch of the Ramirez high screen to Steinert. Steinert will go left hand. He'll try to skip pass. Wildcats are going to have to step out now, down 3, either foul or come back in. Nabavi on Ramirez. Drop down into Bishop. Braden Stimke getting lost. That's a tough one. Now, again, we talked about the younger guys learning. And Mark Bishop with an and-one opportunity. That's his 3rd straight drop-down opposite block pass. That's a second foul on Stimke.
Yeah, Braden kind of slapped his hands. He knew right there that was kind of his position. If he'd have been down a little bit farther or not lost Bishop, could have maybe had it stepped in there and got the steal, or at least been in a better position to play some defense there. It's going to be tough right here. Less than, what do we get? Right, the clock switched over
about
to the
2.5 minutes. That
2.5 minutes with for them a chance to go up by 9 points. It's going to have to be some Cashion Wildcat threes to get back in this ball game. And the thing is, the Cashion Wildcats have the players to do it. You saw it last night. I wasn't here, but you were. We were down. How much were we down at the end of that ball game?
It was 6 at one point, I believe.
6, and we
5
were
or
able
6,
to hit a couple big threes to take that to overtime. Cashion Wildcats going to have that magic tonight to get it back.
So who's it going to be? Is it Drake Woody? Anthony Wilburn?
I haven't seen Anthony Wilburn take a 3. I think maybe 1 3 all night long, and he's had some opportunities that he's passed up on. I want to see him take that shot if he's open. But if Drake Woody has the ball in his hands with a little bit of space, I want him putting the ball up.
2:01 on the clock. Wildcats 39. Garber, the hometown Wolverines on championship Saturday night, 47. Told you it's going to be a good one. And it's been that way. Give credit to the Garber Wolverines. They found themselves down 4 at halftime, stormed back in the third quarter, have rallied around, have stayed patient, and won opportunities complete with Mark Bishop. And so Wolverines extend that lead to 9. Cole Tishner on the handoff. Cup, loose ball, skip to Nabavi, around the horn of Woody, step back. Steiner clotheslines Nabavi. He'll go ahead and go to the basket. Floater's up, and it's good. Nice drive by Nabavi, doing everything he can here. 41-48, 1:33 on the clock. Wildcats with 4 fouls are going to have to probably foul most likely here. Can't waste any more time. Down 3 possessions. We can't waste our time. We're down 3 possessions. We have got to come up. 1:18 on the clock. And should have done that about 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I was thinking. You're still at that 4 foul, so that will be 5. So that will put them at the free throw line. If we could have done that earlier in that possession, we would have been able to put them at the free throw line with about 20 extra seconds on the clock in case they did make it, and that gives you more time to come back in this ball game. Letting them run that 20 seconds off, that's going to be a big-time a mistake, I think, for the Cashion Wildcats to really let them burn that clock off, and then making the Garber give Steiner credit for stepping up to the free throw line when he needed to make those 2 and extend the lead back out to 9 points.
Kick out from Nabavi around the horn. Woody's got to shoot something here. To Tishner, he'll shoot the 3. It's up. That's off. Fighting for the rebound. Ramirez will get it. So under a minute, 58 seconds. Wildcats, I guess, are going to wave the white flag here as Ramirez will go to the cup as Drake Woody says, God. So with 52.3, almost like the opposite of the girls' game, a situation where give credit to the Garber Wolves or Wolverines. They hung tough. They played their game. Wildcats trying to figure out their rhythm without their guy Cam Miller on the court.
That's exactly what I was about to bring up is, you saw the comfort level that the Garber Wolverines had this whole second half, where a lot of times the Cashion Wildcats just felt like there was a missing piece, and there is.
And it came averaging 10 points a game. That's the difference right here tonight. Yep. 3 balls up by Nabavi. It's well long. For whatever reason, he can't fix his shot there. So with 41 seconds, this will most likely be it, as Ramirez will come up, try to get that trap. No foul here in this situation, and Nabavi will foul out. Stupid foul. So that'll send Ramirez to the line, as Nathan Nabavi will foul out with 15 points. Shot's good by Ramirez. He had 7 in the first. He's got 3 here for 10, or it's like 11 total. I must have missed a free throw down there for my man Ramirez. So 52-41. Wildcats will fall to 4-1. And the Wolverines will improve to 4-1. Out of bounds, it will be Drake Woody, 33 seconds on the clock. He'll work right side to the cup. Off the glass, it's good. Drake's first points of the second half.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've had one made 3 in the second half, and that's I said it earlier. Is you live and die by the 3 ball, and when that's cold in a game like this, when you're missing one of your best players, it's definitely going to affect the outcome. And tonight, that's what we've seen.
Yep.
We hit 2 or 3 big threes, and it's a lot closer ball game at the end of the game here. And you're not putting the Wolverines at the free throw line. It could be a whole lot different into this ball game, and you've got to find that hot hand. You got to find somebody that can step up and make a 3. Nathan did a good job of stepping in and making a big 3 when we needed it. It was just nothing to follow up with there, and without the just a couple of positive possessions and a stop, there was no way to get really back in this ball game after the Wolverines. Like I said, give credit to them. They did hit those big shots. They did hit some threes. They did get some rebounds and get some calls throughout this ball game that put them in a position to win the ball game, and they took it full advantage.
Sure did.
And they're a good basketball team.
Excellent.
That are going to go a long ways in the Class A division in the playoffs. And when you don't capitalize on a few things or make some big shots, a team like this is going to be able to pull away because they're going to capitalize, especially being here in their home floor at their home tournament. They were able to do what they had to do to come away with the victory tonight.
All right, so with that, we have a backcourt foul. That's the first on Kyle Yao. That'll send Steinert to the line. Steinert with 20 thus far in between Steinert, Ramirez, and Mark Bishop. You're talking about 44 of the 53 points here for the Wolverines. So the Wolverines guards come to play. They come to score. Wildcats have been muted. And with 21 seconds, Drake Woody will work down. This is the longest 40 seconds of my life. Wildcats will stop his dribble. Brayton Stimke will kick to Brody Nichols. 3 balls up. No good. That's long. And with 9 seconds, please don't foul. Hey, I want a big shout out to the Garber Wolverines administration allowing us to use their equipment tonight. Super sweet, super nice. Shout out to the hospitality room taking care of us. And that's a final. Wildcats fall to the hometown Wolverines here at the Garber Invitational. Wildcats were champions back in 2019. I can tell you that because Alex Nabavi and Jacob Woody were on that team. The Garber Wolverines were winners back in 21. They Okarchi winners last year and were able to reclaim the championship here in their own tournament, in their own invitational back here in 2023. Again, big shout out to our Squirtle family. Maddox Gibson, thank you so much. Great job on the camera. Chris Gibson, God bless you for coming and hanging out with me. You make things so delightful and enjoyable. You keep me in check. You keep me sane, and God bless you. If you want to visit Chris over in downtown Cashion, definitely do that. Wildcats are accepting the runner-up trophy here in the Garber Invitational. Shout out to all of our fantastic friends and family in Squirtle. Congratulations to the Garber Wolverines, champions here. So again, on behalf of the Cashion Wildcats TV crew, we appreciate you. Just join us. We'll be back in action for one more game as the Wildcats are on the road at Crescent. We'll have you covered. We won't have you covered because it's a steel building with no internet activity, but we'll try our best to keep you. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Take care. Go Cats, and God bless.